Hi, and welcome to another edition of Talking with Pastor Tom here at PNC, Puyallup Nazarene Church, where I've served as an associate pastor for over 18 years. It's a joy to work with such an outstanding and visionary group of people and staff here at the church, and also just to reflect on the number of friendships that I've made here at PNC and also across this country and really around the world. And I've been reflecting on these weekly sessions. I started last week, but on these weekly sessions about people that have had a powerful impact in my life. Now, I have heroes that I have read about and that I've kind of modeled after that I've never met. But there are some people that have been colleagues, they've been teachers, they've been friends, who actually I have an acquaintance with who have really significantly impacted my life. I want to bring this to you again today because I want to encourage you to realize that your life counts. And through your work life, through your work with your children or your grandchildren or people at your church, your faithfulness and your encouragement and using your gifts wherever they may be, you cannot estimate the impact of your life on somebody else's life. And so some of these people that have impacted me, they don't even know it, but they've made a huge impact and have directed my paths, and I'm so grateful for it. When I was in college, I went to Point Loma Nazarene University in San Diego. It was a great experience. I love my associations there, those many years ago. At the time, we would have regular chapel services, and we had one of the most outstanding chaplains in the country for a university or college. And his name was Reuben Welch. Reuben would speak at least once a week. We'd have other speakers, but Reuben was just known to bring such great teaching and Bible direction and practicality to a university community, and we were all blessed by the fact that we could listen to Reuben. As a college student, I don't think I really realized how significant and impactful his words were and his teaching. I also sat in his classrooms. I believe he taught elementary Greek and he taught some other Bible classes, and so I had the privilege of coming under his teaching. But as a student at that age, I'm not sure I clearly understood or realized how impactful his life was. But it was later when I served in my first church. I was a pastor a young pastor at a church in Northern California. And there I invited Reuben to come and do some Bible teaching for our church. I don't know if it helped. I know it helped other people there, but the person that helped the most by him coming was me. I had maybe wisened up a little better, and so as I heard him speak, his words just kind of penetrated right into my experience, and I was kind of just drinking from the fire hydrant of things that he had to say. His Bible knowledge, but pushing it to practicality. One of the things that he said that has stuck with me that I'm so appreciative of is that we were talking about commentaries and reading various people, and he's just said to me to be confident in what God was teaching me, that I could read all those other people, but that he believed that in me that I had this stuff, that I could create those things out of the scripture that could impact other people's lives. And while it was good to read others, I didn't have to use other people's sermons as a crutch, but that he believed that I had the stuff to dig out the scriptures myself, and that I could then present them to other people in ways that could make a difference in their lives. I guess really bottom line was, even though he was a knowledgeable teacher and scholar and preacher, what he was really saying is that he believed in me as a Christian and as someone who could make a difference in somebody's life. And that stuck with me. Now, that's been years ago, and I'm an old man now. But those words and that encouragement and that belief he had in me as a man has stuck with me over those years. And so I'm so grateful for Reuben Welch. I know he has his shadow has just had been cast on so many men and women. And so I'm so grateful for that opportunity to interact with him. And again, it's just a reminder to me that for all of us, we can make a difference in somebody's life. You may not even know what the influence that you have, but by your love and by your bringing your gifts daily, regularly to other people, to encourage and to use your gifts and abilities to make a difference. It could be to a child or a teenage person. It could be to a neighbor or someone in your adult group, but all across the way, if you're faithful, God will use you to make a difference in somebody's life. Remember, God's up to something. If we'll keep our eyes open and our ears tuned in, then he can use our gifts to make a significant difference in somebody else's life. So I trust that this week you will be aware of the fact that God has put his love, his mercy in you, and let it spill out on somebody else this week.